Hey guys, I'm back and I am just going to go over a quick couple verses, and this will be a short video. So I am just going to start out in Matthew 11, verse 28. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." So just some things that I have been thinking about going over this verse is, where it says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy burdens." God knows that, life is hard, that we have heavy burdens to carry. You know what I mean? It's the reality of this world, of this fallen world. And God wants to yoke up with you. You know what I mean? God, this is what Christianity is for. It's like for people with problems and for people with issues, people who are sinners. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's who Jesus is calling. And, he says, "I will give you rest." How is he going to give you rest? Take my yoke upon you, right? Like yoke up with him, partner with him, be in covenant with him. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart. It says, let me teach you. It doesn't say I'm going to force this down your throat. You know what I mean? We all know that. God wants to guide us. God wants to teach us. And we need to let him. And it says, because I am humble and gentle at heart. What better teacher can you have than that? Somebody who's humble and gentle at heart. I think we've all had experiences with people who might be overbearing, bosses or something, or even, people in authority, people in those type of positions, you know what I mean? That are just power hungry, that's not Jesus. Jesus is humble and he's gentle at heart, and he, like I said, he wants us to let him teach us. He's not going to even in this sense, he's not going to be if you have a problem with addiction, it's just you have to stop right now and you can't, you know what I mean? Cold turkey. And, no, God, he's gentle. He's gonna guide you. He's gonna love you through it. And then it says, and you will find rest for your souls. If we let him teach us, we will find rest. So yeah, also just something that I'm thinking about here too, where it has the word soul. So another thing that we learn is that, we are made up of a spirit, a soul, and our body, our flesh. So our soul is our mind. So it's we know that when we're baptized, when we're saved, when we follow Jesus, our spirit is taken care of. Our spirit is saved, but then we're still in this world. We're still in our flesh. We're still in our soul. Our mind, you know what I mean? In this world, your soul, he will give us rest for our soul. For our mind. So, not only does he take care of our spirit, he takes care of our soul. And, he can take care of our flesh too. But, just something that I'm thinking about right here, that even for our mind, he will give us rest for our minds. If we yoke up with him. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. And also just something that I am thinking about, is just the word burden. He is still going to give you a burden. He's taking the major amount of that burden. Yeah, you're yoked up with him and he's got most of the weight and you have some of it, but it can still be a burden. You know what I mean? Wherever you are on the walk with him of, how much are you going to let him take? You know what I mean? But if you let him take the majority of it, it's going to be a light burden. You know what I mean? You don't have to carry this yourself. Not only do we need God, not only do we need Jesus when we have a burden, but we also need God will guide you to meet Christian friends. You know what I mean? In your church, in having a Bible study, even if it's a family member that you could just read the Bible with and talk about it. I think that is also something that's a huge thing that we need. And I just want to talk too about a little bit about myself, something just a little personal, that I can relate this to as, about a burden, you know what I mean? I have had a burden of alcohol addiction and I have 11 years sober now, but You know, in the beginning of it, it was a major burden. You know what I mean? I did have to let God teach me how to, you know, give it over to him, to get my strength from him, to help me to overcome my addiction. You know, and it is a way different where I was in the beginning and where I am now, and how giving it over to God can just like, you know, completely change your life. You know what I mean? Not only is it just like about sobriety, but it's just then, you know, what difference your life will be like when you give over these burdens to God. You know, I don't know if it's like a financial burden, you know, a family issues, work issues, addictions, you know, there could just be, you know, friend stuff. I mean, it just goes on, like school stuff, you know, like where, you know, you might want to change careers. I mean, there's just so many things, or even just like, you know, trauma that we've had when from growing up. There's just so many, I mean, the issues can be endless. The burdens can be endless. But God has a way out for us for every single thing. And just like what I'm saying, like now, where I was at the beginning of my sobriety, where I am now, the burden that I have now, yes, it's still a burden. Yes, it's something that is always going to be there, that the devil might try to tempt me with, you know what I mean? But, you know, when I have Jesus, it is a light burden now. And it will change. But with Jesus, you know, we can do anything. So I hope that this was a good video for you guys. I hope you guys got something out of it, and you're, you know, got your mind thinking about stuff. And if anybody wants to just like leave a comment and let me know, that'd be great. So what you're thinking. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.